and haunted today? We are going to tell you all this in our today's video. Friends, the construction of this fort of Bhangarh was done by the ruler of Amer, Bhagwan Das in 1773 for his younger son Madho Singh. At that time, this fort used to be completely happy and there used to be a lot of people living around it. But then suddenly there was a disaster due to which the happiness of this fort was over forever. And this huge fort, which was once happy, turned into a haunted place. People were so scared of this fort that they built a fort in the middle of the forest. As a result, this fort and the area around it became completely deserted. Even today, this fort has been deserted for hundreds of years, which looks very scary. People say that people's screams, cries and the sounds of crows come from the fort. Many people also claim that whoever has gone to this fort at night, he has never returned. And this is the reason that very few people dare to go inside this fort even in the day. Now, in this case, this question certainly comes to mind that what happened to this fort that it was considered cursed and haunted in this way. In fact, behind the hauntedness of this fort, not one but many different stories are told by people. But the most famous of all, on which people believe that this fort is haunted, is the story of Princess Ratnavati. It is said that when this fort was built, there was a very beautiful princess named Ratnavati in it. At that time, Princess Ratnavati was 18 years old and her beauty was discussed far and wide. Due to her beauty, many different political princes wanted to marry her. Because of which, often marriage proposals were made to her. But the princess had not accepted any of the proposals. Now, once the princess had gone to the market with her friends for shopping and she stopped at a perfume shop in the market and started buying perfume for herself. Meanwhile, standing a little away from the shop, a person named Sindhya Sevda cast his eye on the princess. Sindhya Sevda was considered to be the greatest magician in the world. Just by looking at the beauty of Princess Ratnavati, Sindhya fell in love with her completely. And he kept staring at the princess. And at that moment he decided that he would get the princess at any cost. Now, because he knew black magic, he secretly picked a bottle from the bottles of perfume that the princess was wearing and cast a spell on it and put it back in its place. Actually, he wanted to control the princess with the help of his black magic. And his plan was quite successful because the princess had not even seen him flirting with the perfume. The princess took the bottle of perfume and started going back to her banana. Along with that, Sindhya Sevda also secretly started following the princess. When she reached the banana, one of her friends told her that a stranger has cast a spell on the bottle of perfume. Actually, the princess's friend had seen Sindhya Sevda doing black magic on the bottle of perfume. But she was not able to say anything in the shop because of fear. Now, as soon as the princess found out about the black magic, she threw the bottle of perfume on the stone and the perfume was scattered on the stone. And friends, this is how the black magic was cast on the perfume and the stone started rolling itself towards Sindhya Sevda. Actually, Sindhya had cast a spell on the perfume that whoever put that perfume, he himself would come towards the magical Sindhya. And because that perfume was so strong, it started rolling towards the magical Sindhya. And the stone crushed the magical Sindhya, which killed her. But before dying, Sindhya Sevda cursed that all the people living in this fort along with the princess will soon die a painful death and their souls will wander in this fort forever. After a short while after this incident, a war broke out between Bhangarh and Bihar. And this war was very powerful due to which their soldiers entered the fort of Bhangarh and killed every man, woman and even children in the fort. Princess Ratnavati was also not able to survive in this. And friends say that this fort was cursed after this dangerous massacre. And the souls of the innocent people killed in that massacre were wandering in this fort. And the people who were going towards the fort were also hearing strange noises from inside. And the people who were going towards the fort were also hearing strange noises from inside. And friends, due to all these things, the people living around the fort also left their settlements and started living elsewhere. And as soon as the people of Bihar came to know about this, they started living in this fort. And when they came to know about this, they sent a message to King Bhagwan Das that he should not make his fort so high that his shadow reaches my hut. Now King Bhagwan Das did not take that matter seriously, and when this fort was ready, its shadow reached Baba's hut. And friends, Baba got angry seeing that shadow and cursed in anger that Bhangarh will be completely destroyed. And friends, many people also believe that this condition of Bhangarh fort is due to the same curse of Baba Balaknath. Apart from this, one story is also told that there was a war in Bhangarh in which the soldiers of Bhangarh were completely defeated. And the soldiers were able to escape from the war. Now, since they had hidden a lot of their treasure in the fort, a lie was spread to save that treasure from the enemies that this fort is completely cursed and if anyone goes to this fort, he will die immediately. And friends, this rumor spread to save the treasure, people believed it and this rumor was called haunted. Whatever the reason may be, but it is certain that our government has been very much involved in making this fort haunted. In fact, no place or belief has been given to anything like ghosts, spirits, and evil spirits in the law. And no court has ever given any decision keeping in mind ghosts. Despite this, the government has not allowed anyone to go to this fort and the Indian Institute of Antiquities does not make its office here. All these things point to the fact that our government also believes in ghosts. And friends, think when such steps will be taken by the government, then it is obvious that we will really consider this fort as cursed. By the way, what do you think? Is this